False equivalencies is what I do.
Well, I didn't say that.
I do the false equivalencies on this program.
I said, it started with Jon Stewart. You then supported the false equivalency.
On this program.
Right. You're the false equivalency guy here.
That's right. You got an old man running, and you got a criminal running. But by some people's standards, you know what I'm saying, all presidents, all government officials in America are criminals.
Oh, facts.
But not by social standards, and not by the way the laws are currently written, because if that was the case, then we wouldn't be having so much trouble getting Donald Trump on trial for his crimes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's all criminal.
So is he a criminal?
Exactly. Or is he just doing it the American way?
Oh, boy.
Hey, yo, the Rosenberg derail is coming.
No, I'm not going to derail.
You might have to.
I might, but I'm going to wait.
But currently, unless something significantly changes, you have, and you know, look, I want to be clear, man. My biggest, I guess, emotional connection to voting for president is really about, and I said this back when, I was against Trump in, what year was it, 2016? It's about the tone of the nation. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like, we were up here talking about Trump, and I was like, my biggest problem with him, because he's just a grifter. Like, he's going to go wherever the support and money is. You know what I'm saying? I know for a fact he don't care about black folks. We know that here in New York City. Like, we've seen that.
You could even remove the word black.
He don't just care about regular folks.
He just don't care about folks. But yeah, black specifically.
And he definitely don't care about middle income, low income folks. He only cares about his interests and his money.
But your tone concern was the right concern, because even if you don't even think about the fact that he got a bunch of Supreme Court justices in, and that he's tried to make voting rights make it really challenging for people of color in this country to vote, black people specifically to vote. Even if you don't look at that, just tone, you were right. The tone of the country has changed. Yeah. I know we've been racist forever. I know. But I think we would all agree.
It's out there on Front Street.
We are now in a place of, a really more volatile place than we were in 2010 when President Obama was
And on the other side of that, what is the tone that Biden gives?
Biden gives a more controlled, focused, I'm here to get things done. I'm here to do the business of this job.
We don't hear about him. And you don't hear about him every day.
All we hear about with Biden is him doing the job. There's not a bunch of noise other than people making noise maybe about his crackhead son or about, other things surrounding
him messing up when he's kind of old.
Him being a gaff master, falling asleep, stumbling, and being old, right?
So his tone is somewhat not so sharp sometimes.
No, but that's a different tone.
That's not a tone. That's
the tone of the nation. We're talking about the tone of the nation.
Oh, I got you.
The tone of the nation was under Trump was volatile.
Yes.
Racial at and divides were at a new high.
Johnny, this is something that maybe you could pick up on our people, and this is more inside. Mm-hmm. The tone of the workplace you currently work in under different leaderships, you can see the difference.
That's right.
Of how staff is taken care of, how people feel about coming to work, now, nothing could have actually changed in your workplace, right? Like, literally, the same people are there, the same policies are there, everything's the same. But when there's different leadership, you can feel good or bad about your workplace,
or hectic or calm,
or
whatever.
There's sometimes there's positive energy because it's like, yo, man, the person leading keeps everybody focused on the goals we have versus the person leading. It's always, it's a chance of how to get you. They're coming in, they're yelling at people. They can't feel.
Is there a tone difference in the feel that you get between Kanye West and Jay-Z? Very different tones. One is a helicopter, just constantly things flying in the air when they come by.
And so I don't think people think of the position, because I think of the position when you're the CEO of something, and America's a business
of the ROC.
When you're the CEO of America, which is what the president is, it's the chief executive officer. It's the top leadership. That's what you're voting for. Somebody with a steady hand that can guide the nation that you're listening for into a direction that you want it to go, right? And that's just me. That's what I look for. I don't want to have a hamburger with you. I don't want to have a beer with you. I hate all of that. I hate the whole, this guy looks like a guy.
No, you don't want to be entertained?
No,
You're not looking for a comedian?
Entertainment. I don't want none of that. I want you to communicate to me the business at hand, where the jobs are going to go, where the opportunities are in the next 10 years, what our country's priorities are, and
bonus. Don't empower white supremacists. That's a bonus. If you could not bring a cabinet in of people who literally are openly racist and white supremacists, that would be. If you instead brought in a really diverse group with diverse ideas, nice. That would be great. So I'll start there.
But that's me. That's just me.
That's just me too. I can't speak for
So
the average person.
Now on the other side, do I think Trump is entertaining? Absolutely.
Yes.
If he was a stand-up comedian and as a TV show host and he was firing people on TV, great TV. Great TV. Don't want you anywhere near anything important in my life.
Not even businesses. I wouldn't.
I would never want to work for you. I never want to invest in anything that you have going on. Nothing. I want nothing to do with you other than you being over there doing your little stand-up routine. But that's just me.
Let's see what the people say, though.
But you have two options this year, and that's why I started off with the false equivalency, what we're about to do right now. You have somebody who is alleged of crimes and currently on trial in some cases for criminal activity.
And whether he ends up facing any charges for it or not, we know the role that he played in what eventually was an insurrection. They broke into the Capitol to try to stop the vote. That's literally they tried to beat down the democracy. We saw it.
So what are you going for? You going for criminal or old and sleepy?
And I don't like that equivalency because old and sleepy.
Because,
come on, man, my dad's old and sleepy.
That gives
our
somebody
old
the
and
edge,
sleepy.
Right?
That's not fair.
Yeah, you need sharp. You need sharp.
Yeah, but not sharp at the risk of having criminal.
I hear you, but these are your two options. So what do you do?
Let's go to Trey Lowe.
You go old and sleepy. What do you mean? What do you do?
Trey Lowe, where you going? Old and sleepy or criminal when it's time for the vote?
Trav Lowe.
Trav Lowe, excuse me. Trav Lowe. Old and sleepy or criminal, where you going?
All right, second of all, if it was up to me, I'll be voting for Cornel West, third party.
Oh, listen, you can do that.
Well, it is up to you. What do you mean? You said if it's up to you. So are you going to vote for Cornel West?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, well, there you go. That's a great answer.
I still wouldn't do that, but he's a lovely man. But
why, you just don't think the result, you think it's throwing a vote away? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, I mean, if you know for a fact you would not want Trump to be president, I do not believe you should spend your vote on Cornel West. I think you should vote.
But maybe that's not what it is. I should have kept him on, but maybe he doesn't know for a fact. Maybe he doesn't care.
He doesn't. Right.
He doesn't know for a fact, and maybe he doesn't care. He just wants to make sure to know. Because that's the thing about a write-in or whatever. This is your vote, and you can do it. Mm-hmm. You can write in the person. You know what I mean? Which, ultimately, I think in the long term, if enough people were to do that, it would affect the Democrats. Like, let's just play this whole thing out. Mm-hmm. Let's play it out. Let's say a bunch of people went out and they wrote in a candidate, did not vote for Biden, and Trump becomes president. That write-in over the way the Democrats...
Yeah, I'm not willing to do that for these 4 years, bro.
And so, but no, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying for people.
For sure. And there are times when the world might be more even, and it's a good time to do that. And I know it's unfortunate to always be running around with your hair on fire, but we can't do it now. But we can't do it now. I just not the time.
Jose, you going old and sleepy, or you going criminal?
Hey, good morning, y'all. I'll be honest, I'm going criminal.
You're going criminal,
and you're comfortable with criminal because?
Well, I'm going with the criminal because, let's be honest, my son kind of got dementia or something. He's confusing presidents that are as dead. Come on.
That's just the fact that Biden seems old is why you're going to go with the criminal?
Nah, there's more reasons to it, but I don't want to be long-winded for the radio station. But I do agree with a lot of points y'all made on the show. But if I'm giving my points, it would be just with that. I'm standing on.
There it is. Thank you, Jose.
He said, "Yo, my son got dementia."
My son got dementia.
There's other reasons I just don't have those
Now,
ones.
what's crazy is, and what's crazy, so I very much recall when Trump was president, how frequently he screwed things up when he's talking.
All the time.
But the marketing and the messaging, right, of what the GOP has done around Biden and people have short-term memory. Like, they don't remember the gaffes of a Donald Trump, right? Like, they don't remember,
Look at my African American over here. Look
you know
at
what I
him.
mean? They don't remember. You know what I mean? These things that actually happened while Trump was not being able to. He couldn't read the teleprompter. Bro could not read, bro. Not gaff. Not like freestyling off the cuff. Confuse things. No, can't read.
He had a lot of bad moments and still does, by the way. He's having more than ever right now, but the marketing's not there for that.
Right. Let's go to Gigi. Gigi, you going old and sleepy, or are you going criminal?
I'm going old and sleepy.
Tell us why, Gigi.
I echo what you've been saying about people's short-term memory, right? And I actually don't think that the issue is about him being old right now. I think we would not be worried about this election at all if it wasn't for the way he's currently mishandling Israel. I think it's a perfect example of your friends and your allies bringing you down. And because he hasn't been firm on this issue, he's losing a lot of his base. Yeah, you're going to have people who like the chaos of Trump and they like the drama and, they want to joke on how old Joe is. But, when you look at what he actually has accomplished, it's all being overshadowed by what's happening now. And
we're not going to get a smarter call than Gigi. Thank you, Gigi.
What you're saying is super facts.
I appreciate that. And
thank you, Gigi. Go ahead.
I just wanted to also say, you talk about short-term memory, but then you look at these numbers that the recent Super Bowl did, and it's like you have the team that blacklisted Kaepernick and Ebro. I'm going to call you out because a couple of years ago, I was so proud of the way that you spoke out and you were divesting from the NFL.
Mm-hmm. I'm back now.
Now a few years later, right, now a few years later.
Well, no, because honestly, I'll be honest with you. When I saw Kaepernick going to look for jobs and wanting to get back in the thing, I was like, okay, well, so bro wants to embrace the sport itself. We still have our issues with the NFL, but I feel you 1,000%.
I hear that. And what the last thing that I'll say is, it's not to say we couldn't come together on Super Bowl Sunday, but rather than spending 6 hours watching a game, we could have spent 2 hours talking in community about how we show up and support each other.
Now, Gigi, I love you, Gigi, I love what you're saying. Listen, no,
Gigi is Sharif sitting on the cooler.
I love what Gigi's saying. No, I love what you're saying. But I could just hear people in their car going, "Oh, where's my button?"
But I'm gonna tell you.
Gigi, if that was what we was doing on Super Bowl Sunday,
get your men's out here.
No, you right.
We hear you, Gigi.
Right.
It's those states who stood in the way of forgiving student loans and things like that.
That's right.
Like, we gotta pay attention, and we have to remember that we are all connected, no matter where we are.
Agree, Gigi.
No matter what we look like. But I love y'all. I've been listening for years.
Appreciate you, Gigi. Thank you.
And please continue having these important conversations.
Thanks, Gigi. Appreciate
word.
you.
Gigi with the word.
Gigi on
No, listen, Gigi.
Yeah. I love people like Gigi.
Y'all want to keep sipping this poison?
I'm so worried that.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Rashid, you going sleepy and old, or you going criminal when it's time to vote?
Hey, yo, I'm going criminal, man.
Talk to him, God. Why you love them criminals, B? Talk to him.
Hear me out, though. Look. See, we know what we getting into with Trump already, and I don't like him, but I'd rather him in there with all this stuff going on. You got migrants out here beating up cops and they getting away with it. Nah, Trump ain't gonna have that. He's up out of here.
Wait, how do you think Biden and Trump have anything to do with the migrants beating up cops?
Nothing. But no, I'm just saying, but the laws that they're loose. Like, they just letting them loose out here. And the border
sir, the reason, you got to know the reason that you even have migrants in New York City is because of states like Texas who are and their leadership that are in complete support of Donald Trump. Oh, and by the way, I want to remind you, remember when Donald Trump told us he was going to have Mexico pay for a wall?
Yeah, what happened to that?
What happened?
And by the way, both candidates are going to run on border security. No one is going to. We have gotten to a point where I don't think, Ebro, you would agree, right? There's not going to be one candidate who's like, nah, we're good on the border, let it be.
No,
everyone's going to want to be aggressive on the border.
Guys, forever since I've been paying attention, I've been voting since 1994. There has been an issue with immigration and what's going on at the border. It's literally my entire adult life. Now, I'm not saying that means we like give up on finding a solution, but I don't believe they want to find a solution. You want to know, and y'all know I'm 10 hat man in my private life. I don't even bring half of my conspiracies in because I don't think people want to hear it. The reason that this is happening is because someone's financing it. Someone is financing these human beings getting from Guatemala
all the way to here,
all the way through Mexico to the border.
You don't believe that they're all just
someone's telling them, yo, go that way. Matter of fact, when they get to the border, people are lying to them and saying, yo, get on this bus. They got a job for you. Somebody's paying for that.
All right,
and by the way, the people paying for it are the corporations. This is just me. Are the corporations who want cheap labor, because most Americans don't want to do certain jobs. So they got to keep bringing people in to do the jobs that we've become too good to do.
All of that to say, by the way, that's not an answer for voting for the criminal.
Well, it is for some. Let's go to Sergio. You want sleepy or you want criminal?
You could go get the pillow, man. I'm going sleepy.
Yeah, let's go to sleep, baby.
Go get.
Let's take a nap,
man.